Hi, I'm Brad Holden with Woodworker's Journal. Recently I built a couple of beehives that use these top bars. They hang upside down like this inside the hive, and the bees hang their combs from the point. And I needed to make 25 of them for each hive. And so I needed to come up with a system to make them because they're a little bit complicated. There's a lot of things going on here, different cuts. They've got angles at the ends, these little notches, holes drilled. The trickiest part, however, were the two beveled sides. I came up with a couple solutions that I think may translate to your own projects. So let me walk you through the process. All right, let's start here at the table saw. I'm sure most of you are probably thinking, well, what's so tricky about that? You tilt the blade, run it through once, turn it around and run it through again. Well, like most of you, I have a left tilting saw blade. So if I put the fence up here, first pass, that's probably okay, no big problem. But when I spin it around to make the second pass, now I'm riding on this point. Not only is that not safe this way, the point also dives into my throat plate. So I know, first of all, that I need to put my fence on the other side of the blade so that this piece is riding on its wide base. Now, secondly, when I run that through, this waste piece is going to fall free and it's going to drop right down into the throat plate and bind with the saw blade, and that's going to be very dangerous. So I made a zero clearance throat plate, and it's not just any zero clearance throat plate. It's dedicated to the angle of this cut. So I raise the blade through it at this angle. That makes it so this waste piece, when it falls free, it will fall completely free and not go down into the throat plate and bind with the blade. All right, now we've solved the first two problems. Our fence is on the left side of the blade. Got our zero clearance throat plate. Next problem. How do I push this piece through without getting my fingers in the blade? And how do I hold the piece against the fence? Well, holding it against the fence is easy. Featherboard. I like this kind. It's magnetic, so I can position it wherever I want. Just turn the magnets on and there you go. As far as pushing it through the blade, I made a project-specific dedicated push block. This one, as you can see, I've cut out the profile, or I've cut it out, made a cutout to match the profile of the workpiece. You can see it fits over the top, and it has a foot on either end that presses down on the ends of this top bar. So as I push this through, you'll notice that there are pieces of the feet of this push block that are cut away, and that is to keep the push block from interfering with the featherboard, so it can still do its job and push the workpiece against the fence. And as I push this through, you'll notice that, and I wasn't intending on this initially when I designed it, but the top of the blade disappears within the push block. It's housed in there, which just adds another extra measure of safety. All right, so I've got one top bar cut on the ends, holes are drilled, and it's ready to bevel the sides. So let's take a look. All right, so now we've got our finished top bar. Got bevels on both sides, cut safely and cleanly. So next time you find yourself with a project that's got some tricky cutting involved, make sure you carefully think through the process and figure out what the potential dangers and hazards can be so that you can find a safe solution, such as simple featherboard, a zero clearance throat plate, and specifically for this task, the real star was this push block, dedicated push block, project specific. And I think you'll find the time and effort spent in these safety measures is time and effort well spent.